Okay, this is a video that's going to be around selling. So you've got a product or service that you want to be selling on to a customer, client, a potential venture capitalist or investor, or an idea that you want to get across, whatever your situation is. That this is a bit of past experience, and those that I also connect with to be able to pass on their experience. That just looking at the short term. So what I used to do for many years in a direct sales role. I run my own businesses now, but let's face it, selling, unless you're selling and will have the ability to be able to sell, it's going to be a really difficult place to be able to get your business off the ground, or at least to sustain it. So I was finding that I would go in for, I guess, let's call it the close for the sake of a better word, way too early. And would it be fair to say that when you've made your transactions, so if it's just a product or something that is, I wouldn't necessarily call it low value, but if you've got some form of connection with them, would it be fair to say that you're more likely to buy from them? Now, what is the difference? So what is it when you walk away from someone and you go, do you know what, it seems a really decent person, kind of really enjoyed their company. You might not even verbalise it, but you just have that kind of feeling. And it's because they've probably taken the time out to maybe ask you a few questions that nobody else had, or maybe they allowed you the time for you to actually speak. Maybe even was the fact that they even gave you time to browse and let them be to gravitate to you, as opposed to you, I don't know, trying to force an idea or solution that may not even fit. Certainly, this is even more paramount when you get into the big ticket items. So I deal in property development a lot of the time. It's not my only businesses that I have, but property development particularly. They're high ticket items, and investors that work with me, property investors, or people that are not necessarily property investors that want to get into property development but have quite a bit of capital. Could be anything between £100,000 up to £500,000, maybe up to a couple of £1 million in projects that could be £5 or £6 million in end values. So the principles are much the same. Rather than be short term, I have to, and I choose to, because it comes from here. I've got to be able to, or come from my stomach. It's got to be able to really resonate that they've got to come to me, as opposed to me trying to promote something to them. Now, obviously, there's got to be an understanding of what the meeting is going to be about. You've got X and they want Y, but equally, when you do meet up, it could be a 3 or 4 month, 6 month, it could be a 12-month time frame before anything actually materializes, and it could be a series of meetings or chats and things like that. So things of that nature. So I would be patient. Is probably one of the biggest things that I would recommend for sure. So patience. Don't try and just fast forward straight to the end result really quickly. Just let it flow. Let the relationship flow. Get to know them. Let them allow to get to know you. Be vulnerable. You haven't got to be perfect. You don't have to know all the answers. In fact, it's better that you don't. Be an action taker. Somebody that can be resourceful. You don't have to have all of the resources. You can go and find them. You don't, as I say, have to know everything. And if you're an action taker, believe you me, people will gravitate to you, because they'll feel if you haven't got the right people around you right now, you're someone that people will gravitate to you to help them. So that's really important. So I just think that from a relationship entrepreneur point of view, I think be patient. And allow people to gravitate to you. In this day and age, people don't want to be sold to. They want to be listened to. I know I do. So that's just something I'd pass on. Whether it be small ticket items to large, whether it be a product, hardware or software, Would it be a personal brand business or a corporate brand business? I think the principles are much the same. It's got to be over a bit of a period of time. That period of time could be a week, could be a few hours, depending on what the product is and everything else. But I think that just show a bit of patience, be vulnerable, be you, or be the best version of you that's possible. And allow them to come to you. Equally, I'll probably do another video on this point particularly, is that it's got to be okay for that person, needs to be as comfortable to say, this is not right for me. Because if you don't make that an option, they're not going to want to contact you back, and they're not going to want to let you know. This is not your selling to them. You're offering a option, a product, a service, the ability to work with or for you, not you forcing upon yourself, upon them, a particular outcome. Because also, when you're working for yourself, an entrepreneur, you've got the ability to mould and change and have different options, and you can bespoke a particular scenario. So, let the part of the puzzle, slot into place. And I think if you allow that, say, great, take care, let's speak at another time, but certainly have some defined next steps indicated. So if we do agree that we want to move on to the next conversation, what does that look like? Does that look like a call next Tuesday at 10 o'clock? Or does it mean that we're going to meet up in 2 Saturdays' time? Is it that we want our wives to meet or husbands to meet, whatever? Our business partners need to meet, whatever the scenario is. So anyway, just a quick share. Hope it resonated, and really look forward to doing some more videos and sharing some stuff with you. So take care and speak soon.